check. Okay, that one works. Okay, give me a second to share the stream, and then we should be ready to proceed. Okay, I think the stream share the live hasn't come up quite yet. Okay, it's now up. Now we can share. Should be fast. I'm starting to get them faster and clicking this stuff. So far, everyone's been saying that the mergers of Karlov Manor has been first impressions is that it's actually kind of a weaker set in terms of constructed. My opinion is that the reason people are saying that right now is because we're not experiencing what happens when a very strong set, a very strong series of sets. The two Innistrads, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and Streets of New Capenna when they stay really long. So I think there would have been more of a shakeup in Alchemy, at least because that one did have the rotation, but for the rest of standard, most of the powerhouse cards are still pretty much there. Most of the usual suspect formats are still kind of there. As that said, it is shaping up to be a pretty interesting. It is slower, which is kind of good, but it is interesting as a limited format. And me, since I primarily play limited for the most part, I can't be happy. I'm quite happy with this, though. This will also be our first experience with play boosters, so we're gonna see what are the things that have changed here. So we probably will be getting a bunch of okay. So got 2 copies of Urgent Necropsy. Destroy up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target. Oh, where X is the total mana. Actually, this looks kind of. Now I'm looking at it. This looks kind of bad. It's 4 mana for a removal spell, but you can't cast it unless you have evidence to collect. And X is the total mana value of the permanents dispel target. So this is exact. So you can't. So I guess if you will be fiddling a lot with your graveyard here. So this is not looking very good. Aurelia looks very good. I definitely will probably be going into red-white at this rate. It's a bit of a shame. We have a Lush Portico, a Shadowy Backstreet, Homicide Investigator. We'll see how that works. Assemble the players allows us. Now that will depend on how many of these cheaper creatures we have here, but kind of disappointed with our Mythic here in this case. We'll also see if we got any of the list cards, air quotes. So we'll take. Well, first mana base. We did get the 2 rare lands. Usually, 1 is okay for sealed. I guess 2 is okay for sealed, considering we got 7 rares altogether. Scene of the crime. We do have an escape tunnel, so we have a way to fix mana. Public thoroughfare also kind of fixes stuff, so we can kind of go that route. As far as our multicolored cards are concerned, yeah, Lightning Helix is always solid. The Dog Walker is solid. So yeah, we're definitely going red-white. Do we go red-white-green or red-white-black? Because green gives us Buried in the Garden, pretty good removal. Red-white-black gives us Wisp Drinker Vampire, which is a payoff for the power 2 or less. So we actually will be seeing if this pays off. Sorry for that horrible pun. Also got a Cease and Desist. Exile. I guess we can use Cease as a way to cycle it. Desist is probably. So not a good. If any, it does push us into green but honestly speaking, this card doesn't really do much for us. Flotsam, Jetsam. Probably the Flotsam's not that great either. There is an argument for, let's say, red, white, black. Yeah, we're losing on 2 pieces of removal, but we do get access to some to the suspect mechanic, I guess. But my issue here is that my experience with suspect is that it's awfully weak as a mechanic. That's my first guess. Shade Informant's fine. Let's take a look at our. So we're probably gonna play all 3 lands if possible. So let's take a look at our red and white. So unfortunately, our white is actually has quite enough removal, so we have an excuse not to play green. And this is some power 2 or less, and we have 1, 2, 3. But Museum Night Watch, I guess it's fine. It gives us a 2/2, but not exactly extra casting. Our white is awfully light, but it does have a lot of removal, so I'm happy to run it. Let's take a look at our red. Okay, this one has a lot more. Person of Interest is actually quite good. We have a few larger finishers we can cast. Also, if I'm not mistaken, you may cast a creature spell with power 2 or less from the top of your library, so every disguise card is castable with this. Because the reason is that you take the card, you set it face down, then it checks for if you have the permission to cast it. So we should be able to cast every disguise creature this way. So Borlak Clan Basher is fine. Offender at Large is fine. Braggart is okay. We don't have to have everything line up. As far we don't have much in the way of red removal though, so that might be an issue for us. We do have Torch the Witness, so that there is some removal. We're definitely going into red-white. So let's just start with the red-white first. So definitely running Assemble the Players. I think we have enough creatures to fix that part. I'll still run this one. That has Disguise. This has Disguise. Except this one's fine. Felonious Rage is generally you'd prefer the Chases on first strike and investigate. Though at 3 mana this does feel kind of expensive. Let's run the other creatures for now. First we'll see if we have enough creatures at all. Then we can use that to determine if we want to. So we have 6 slots left. Then we can decide on where we get our extra creatures. We're looking for 2-drops, so Nervous Gardener is kind of fine, though. Do we have enough removal already? So we have Not on My Watch, Lightning Helix, that's 2 pieces of removal. Makeshift Binding, that's 4. Torch the Witness is 5. I guess we can say Make Your Move is also removal, but this one's not so great. Unfortunate. I would like the Elephant. Enters the battlefield, investigate. Pretty solid, but it's a 4-drop 3/3. Rubble Belt Maverick is fine. This one's interest. It's kind of fine, but it's not that. It's a shame because we have 5 pieces of removal. Going into green will give us 6 and 7 pieces of removal. That's pretty good. I am unfortunately not counting Urgent Necropsy here. Let's take a look at black because that's our other one. Got quite a few. Okay, this has Disguise, so this is castable. We actually have a Sir Conrad from the list, so this is interesting. And this is actually a powerhouse in itself. It's a shame that I think we go into black here. So yeah, Slice from the Shadows gives us an additional removal spell. Extract a Confession, also a good removal spell. So we got some cards. So we got some cards to work with. So our curve is on the. I guess it's fine. Do I want to run? So what are the cards that we do want to run here? Definitely the Homicide Investigator. Repeat Offender is not very strong. It does give us another drop. I might rather just have the Alley Assailant here. So 13 and 6 with 4 more cards. Shady Informant kind of fits now, so we can take that one. Runebrand Juggler, but do I want to try to go for Sir Conrad? I actually don't mind because Sir Conrad is quite a beating if it stays. We can use Extract a Confessions, another piece of, or we could just go ham on removal. So this will give us 7 pieces of removal. Not not quite ready to run Sir Conrad quite yet. So 15 and 8. Then also for our lands, we're definitely adding Escape Tunnel, Public Thoroughfare. I guess Scene of the Crime is fine. Yeah, let's just add that. But I don't like our mana mix. I would probably just go for 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. Let's say 9, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 7. I guess that's a one-way fine. Before we close it out, let's take a look at our blue. See if we're the best removal spell for blue right now. This would we got 2 copies of that. Some disguise. We don't have quite a few detectives, so this would have been really great if we had enough detective synergies. Unfortunately, not quite. So this one's a bit. So this one's more on the forgettable side. Though Gadget Technician would have been a nice option, but we have power here. We're gonna stick with this one. So let's do a sanity check on our curve. So every creature with this, okay, except Alley Assailant, because there's a good chance we actually cast this on turn 3. So, but every other creature with Disguise we can put on the 3 slot. And this is what our curve actually looks like. We definitely want to hit white early, and red is kind of optional. Black is even more optional. These are actually late game spells, so I can put them further up here, for example. So yeah, we definitely want more white. This is correct. Some of the black is fine too. Yeah, this looks solid. We can get away with this. See if yeah, let's see if this pans out as our deck. Let's wish us the best of luck here. It is technically a slower format than usual. We are missing a lot of the early removal. Yeah, we're missing shocks, so that is an issue we have. But we'll see if we can line it up. Yeah, Jericho Ilagan, thank you for liking the video. How are you doing? How's everything? Yeah, I just noticed it quite quickly, actually. Anyway, without further ado, this is quite keepable. We'll keep this. Opponent gets to go first, so we do have to keep an eye out for early aggro. So turn 2, we can just go Scene of the Crime. It's not a big issue. If our opponent has a 2-drop, it might be more of an issue, but I think we can take a few hits for now. Also, we have the option of just some Alley Assailant. Okay. I can go Dog Walker as a 3/1, but oh, we actually need the creature to get the 1 mana of any color. So it's a good thing we got it out of the way. Unfortunately, that Flying Lifelink is an issue here. Might as well make Shift Binding now. It only hits creatures, so that is another issue to consider. Museum Night Watch. This one we actually don't want to die, so yeah, you have to remember not to mix these 2 up. So I probably want to just tap an untapped artifact or land you control. So if I do want to cast this. Yeah, we'll just we will be full. Yeah, I guess we just cast this as this. Then this sacrifice unless you tap and untap, so we won't be able to play that. We have to play this. Next turn we at least get Aurelia down, but that probably dies quickly. if our opponent does, we can't just extract a confession next turn. Just tap this creature. Probably an argument for doing Dog Walker instead. We would be able to flip it up and extract a confession. I could also just chump block this. It gives our opponent a 2/2, but we might as well do it now. Though it actually gives him a 3/3, so that's something to consider. So now we can torch the witness. So X2, X4. So 3 mana X4, I can probably just torch the forensic researcher. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I can also torch this one, get ourselves a clue token, so we can go. That is also an option. And yeah, we'll just go. Though we can actually now tap the clue token instead. Bother making so our extracted confession is actually looking really bad now, but we can probably just play the dog. We can probably just play Dog Walker. Then this one's sorcery speed. We could play Dog Walker. Undisguised at end of turn. Go for Aurelia. Got meddling youths is an option too. I could just cast this now to trim it a bit, but I actually want the option to. I actually want the option to get the 2/1/1 tokens. Good doggos. Yeah, the Pilfered Proof is doing a really good job in busting things wide open here. So I can cast Meddling Youths. I can. Ooh, we don't have enough evidence. That's the thing. One is gonna try to tap this down. Tap this one down. So I could attack with these three. Yeah, we're gonna attack with those three. We still get to investigate. Our opponent eats the Dog Walker. Such a horrible person. But now we can collect evidence and force the death of the Cold Face Cracker. Unfortunately, it uses up all our evidence, but there we go. They will get the clue for it, so there's a payoff there. So we're hoping that Aurelia does not get countered in any way, so we'll see what our opponent plays out of this. Opponent not greedy. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to cast both this and that. So I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to tap this much. That should... Maybe our opponent has a pump spell? We'll get it out of the way at least. Then we can probably start cracking clue tokens to... Opponent can also just tap this one down, so they don't take that much damage, but I'm okay with it. Technically, what I should have done is I should have done it at instant speed. So kind of a little bit of a goof there. Yeah, I just need our opponent to... Yeah, we are still in trouble with these, but we might be able to catch up a bit. Our opponent, okay, opponent is not holding back though. So let's see what they're... No follow-up. I am really suspecting a counterspell here. We're kind of flooding, so... And white-blue is the most suspicious one. So maybe I should not have sacrificed that blue. So let's attack first. Okay, they don't have a... Either they don't have a counterspell or they're really just some... Flip the true. Opponent might... Opponent does not have any... No witnesses. Then destroy all creatures. Okay, we turn this face up. That gets us a creature back. Let's see what their follow-up is. Curative Courier. They probably might want to keep... I'm not sure if they really want to keep the courier, but yeah, they did. They were holding on to this, so not that neat. And yeah, we'll just play Seasoned Consultant. That should set us up for our mini battalion. Let's see what our opponent has. 10th District Hero. They have a lot of evidence to collect. And in fact, they can just spend it all right away. They will have a 5/5. But no way. Do they have a way to... Other creatures you control have indestructible, which is cute. But all I need... But in fact, I will just need to attack with one. Our opponent never did get to flip this one, so... Yeah, we managed to control the situation. That was a good first game here. Yeah, I haven't gotten any MKM cards yet. Looking out for Judith. Yeah, Massacre Girl also pretty good Wither option, yes. Actually, some of the quirkier cards I'm seeing is like the uncommon Gorgon Detective that wins with is an alternate win condition, poison counters. Actually have quite a few alternate win conditions this time. Yeah, Wither is a neat addition. I'm actually liking that they're adding some of the older keywords back in small doses. But they are adding them back, and I kind of like it. It's a good way to revisit stuff. So let's take a look at this one. Yeah, super slow. Like, I get to play this turn 3. That's something, but if I don't draw another land, I'm not gonna be able to play any of these. That said, I guess we might be fine with this. We'll test out and see how slow the format is. Because this gives us this gives us 3 more turns to draw our 4th land. Okay. If nothing else, we do have... If nothing else, we will have some cheap creatures to go with. We're probably not blocking this anytime soon. Also interesting to note, our opponent gave up their white source. I'm gonna play this one first because this is the one that we're least likely to we're least likely to cast face up at this point. Sharp-eyed rookie, that's the rare. What's this one? Whenever creature. Oh, so that explains the off here. We hit our escape tunnel. This does not tap for mana, but we might as well go take something now. So probably just holding this one back. If our opponent swings in with this one, I am fine with double blocking. Yeah, this one's just basic. We're actually getting a lot of the Ravnik. This one's just basically evolve. Opponent is not going to swing into it, so that's interesting. So I guess this is the perfect time to drop this one. Because we're very likely to drop this one next. Opponent might have removal. No, just cracking the clue. Sure. Opponent not surveilling this one means that they really want like their next card. Ooh, this is tough. Our opponent's gonna keep getting +1+. This is one of the better cases. Let's see if our opponent gets greedy. Usually at this point I would not swing. Yes, that's correct. That's the correct move. Now we do have options here. Like I could flip this for hex. I could hold this to flip for hexproof, or I can just drop this now to give us something to come back when it dies. I could also just play this. Yeah, let's just play this one. That gives us some. That just gives us 2 points. And we could swing, but that doesn't do much. They have the Sir Conrad. So this is looking at 6/6. I'm gonna give them options here. You can either take out 2 creatures plus the vampire, or take. Well, they're only taking out 2 creatures either way, so they're gonna take the vampire out. Sure. So that's 3 triggers off Sir Conrad. Sir Conrad's gonna be. It was annoying then in Throne of Eldraine. It'll still be annoying now. Yeah, missing our drop is not fun though. Also, we don't have to worry too much about that now that we did give up the vampire as a result of this. But our board position's not looking good. We're really missing that one more mana. We're really missing that one more mana. We're really reliant on our 5 drops. Even this one's technically a 5 drop if you want to flip this right away. Shady Informant, so yeah, I don't want this to. If our opponent's gonna give that up, no, not if I give it up, it's a 2/3. So, but we do have to trade for it anyway. We have to make trades though. We cannot just let. Yeah, being unable to. I think I'm going to put at. Do I want the 6 mana? Probably. I probably do. Also, a problem that we have to remember that only 4 of our creatures can block. Person of interest is not blocking anytime soon. I think we do take the 5 in this case. The next turn I can just go meddling youths and worry about it from there. Because my alternative plan is I could swing. Now that our opponent has some... Problem is we kind of die at the swing crack back here. Also, if our opponent has a removal spell, it's just really well. They are giving us the option to... Actually, no. Let's hold one back. Let's swing with this one. Because if I could swing with 2 more, and say I have no intention, like I'm probably chump blocking one of these, for example. Yeah, from gonna see what happens here, but it's not looking good for us, to be honest. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Though the number of cards that gets taken out is actually not good for us here. Because that's 4 creatures. That's 4 triggers. We go down to 9. So we might actually be in a position where we're forced to block. Oh, mill. 8. So jump block, block, 1, 2, 3. Or yeah, we cannot. I don't think we can take 6. But if our opponent just attacks like that, I'm 6/4. Because our opponent could just kill us with this one. That's how powerful Sir Conrad is, I might add. So I could say... I'm just going to block with this one, soak up a little damage, but we're still taking 5. That's how good Sir Conrad is, guys. And our best out is to draw another land and be able to cast Not on My Watch when they attack. But our opponent's just gonna mill us, hope to mill. Yep, hit the creature. They only hit. So not looking great for us here. Okay, we could have used this one though. That's a bit annoying. Does our opponent have a way to sacrifice? Bite down on crime. Ugh. Okay, that ends it for us. Yeah. Yeah, that ends it for us here. And what did I? Okay, we can concede this one. Ugh. I would have loved to run Sir Conrad on our deck as well, but the double black is what scares me. The first game the mana base was really nutty there. Hoping that first loss first loss. It is what it is. If anything, I would argue of all the creatures to bring back on the list, why Sir Conrad? That guy warps. That guy warps limited formats. Also, I'm wondering how many rares, because I think 7 rares is probably the average you'd get. So this one I'm fine with. Turn 1 escape tunnel, turn 2 turn 2 homicide investigator, turn 3 dog walker. I think that's a good setup here. You can all okay, let's let them surveil first. Doesn't it doesn't in change our it doesn't change what we do, but it informs but it might change what they might do. So it's the principle of trying to withhold as much information as possible. So next turn, dog walker, then turn after that, flip and probably exile. As it is, our opponent is kind of like here. Also, no good reason for us to swing, so we're not going to swing. Also, it's nice that this is hybrid mana to flip up face down card. So I'm going to swing with this one, see if we can catch our opponent into blocking with the Hedge Whisper. Nope, they're just going to take. We're going to flip up anyway. Let's make them feel good until we hit them with Aurelia. They have another face down card. Probably not attacking, so there we go. Lightning Helix is a nice option. But I am not just giving up doggos for nothing. I'm also really curious. Oh, did they really go? I honestly doubt they went mono green, though I don't have any evidence otherwise. Also, oh, this is the Jurassic Park lands. Neat. Like next turn, I do have enough mana to, well, I can also give myself a 3 mana 4/4 with just thanks to the clue token, which is a fine option. Also, this is an ETB effect, so I can actually play Wisp Drinker's Vampire, then play this and sacrifice it and still get the bonuses of both. If our opponents Meddling Youth is another option here. Though I suspect our opponent has the 1 mana until no, they went to blockers, so they don't have that card. It's also yeah, I would try to eat the token. Oh, they're trying to preserve it for some reason. Do they not want to kill the doggo? Okay, no, they're willing to kill the doggo. Such a no, just kidding. Yeah, now that I have this, I'm willing to let this one go actually. Like even if our opponent tries to flip it up, I'm fine. Oh, opponent was missing white mana. Make your move. Okay. Opponent made their move. We will make ours as well. So our move is most likely Makeshift Binding plus the 2 mana. We'll take. Yeah, we're committed to this already. In fact, I would argue that they were probably dunking on the smaller creature. Actually, there was no reason for us to do that. I forgot that we don't have Aurelia anymore. There was no reason for us to do that. Analyze pollen. Okay. They're missing the evidence for this. Also nice to see an evidence tracker counter there. Novice Inspector. Yeah, so we're probably just gonna drop the orang. We're probably just gonna drop the big orangutan, then hold up Lightning Helix not on my watch. We could also destroy their clue, but that's probably not what we're gonna do. We probably want the 4/4 more. Yeah, also Lightning Helix does give us access to lethal, depending what our opponent drops. Makeshift Binding. I guess that's fine. This has reach, but no trample. Yeah, we can afford to draw another card now. Also, we can probably aim for the flip up here. This would be kind of brutal now. So we'll swing first. We can deny the hex proof by just nuking this for now. We'll most likely just play this fate. Yeah, they can soak it up, but that's fine. Then I want to play the shadowy backstreet, but that's not happening. So if our opponent goes for this, nope, going for Tolsimir. Creates Boja. So we really have to hold up not on my watch. Which is gonna be tough because I also want to flip this up too. Defender at large is fine. I definitely will keep that. It's 6 mana to flip up, so we're not flipping that up anytime soon. I guess we can play the we'll probably play the Museum Night Watch instead. Yeah. Exiling the lands I feel bad. We most likely want to just exile Tolsimir. If they attack with Tolsimir, that is. In hindsight now, I wish I just held back on the Lightning Helix. We would have had lethal already. Okay. So how do we sequence this? I can flip this up. take them down to I ult. So I definitely want to play this face down. I definitely want to wait before flipping. Tunnel tipster. Yeah, see, because Tolsimir did not attack, we could just take. Just yeah, turn his face up. Ooh, we have to be careful in the sequencing here. Yeah, I still think this is correct. Because this one makes a 5/5, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So opponent's gonna end up letting one creature through. And that's enough. Yeah, the defender at large was really offender at large was really important here. Okay, so we got that was pretty good for us. Let's see if we can keep going. So 2 wins, 1 loss, not decent enough if by my reckoning. Could it have been better? Yes, it could definitely be better. We did stall out a bit on that play, but hey, we'll take our wins as they come along. Aurelia is I am starting to notice that a lot of the rares here are gonna be quite significant if you can make them work. I'm now curious. I now want to recheck that green black mythic. Okay, public thoroughfare. So yeah, I guess we keep this. Though I don't like the slice from the shadows right away, but we do have a tree drop. Also noticed that a lot of people are mulling quite aggressively here. Having our mana fixing be really slow is kind of a big indication of what works and what does not work. But yeah, you definitely want to lead on Swamp. Turn 2, I'm willing to go Public Thoroughfare. Then turn 3, we will be able to take out the 2. Turn 3, we're able to take out the 2-drop or play our own Ball Rack Plant Crasher. Market Watch Phantom. I guess I would rather play the creature face down. If we're able to hit another creature, that's fine. Yeah, because this is the normal play pattern, but we kind of have an out to that play pattern. Okay, Lightning Helix is also an option here. This scales better, so I guess we don't have a good use for the other 2 mana, so we might as well just ping this right away. What did we take out? Granite Witness. Ooh, that would be annoying enough. Opponent goes to Projector Inspector. So we we'll most definitely snipe this. I guess the argument for not playing Lightning Helix was that we could have sliced from Shad. Next turn we could have cast both Lightning Helix and this. That said, I am willing to drop a Homicide Investigator, and I think now I'm willing to. We're missing one more mana for the double strike trample. But we do have the mana to drop Aurelia, which is the important part for us. Opponent having removal for the... Well, it's not a complete wash. We get a clue token out. It messes our draw card, but we do get a clue token out of it. And they had to spend an expensive spell for this, so I'm fine with that. So... Okay, let's turn it face up instead. Now they probably still have more burn, but I am giving that. It does force them to use a... Like, they were willing to use really expensive removal on a 2-drop. So I'm kind of fine with that. Innocent Bystander, so we're probably just going to makeshift finding that. Yeah, we're definitely makeshift finding that. Yeah, that grows a bit. Yeah, we kind of have to use makeshift finding on this because this is so annoying if it goes through. And yeah, we're gonna crack, see if we can draw a land. Yeah, we draw a land here. What's the other abilities here? Yeah, so it's basically drawn more than one card. So basically, it's looking for extra card draw. This doesn't do it. It is a payoff. There is a second card draw payoff. But yeah, so it's over. Our opponent... Yeah, the haste was a really big deal. Yeah, Aurelia is busted. I'll leave it at that. But it's sealed, so we'll take it for what it is. So doing pretty well. 3 wins, 1 loss. Games are relatively fast. Let's see. We spent 2,000 gems on this, so if we want our money's worth, we need another 3 wins. At least if we want to buy back our entry fee. Yeah, the games can get really grindy. So cards that don't really do much take a bit of a beating here. Okay, we got a 3-drop. We kind of have we kind of have removal. I'm willing to keep this one. Public Thoroughfare might change the math on that. But if our opponent's willing to go with that, we're willing to do the same thing. So if our opponent drops a... Yeah, ward creature, we probably do the same. We need 1 more mana to be able to nuke this card and have and pay for the ward. Let's... If our opponent swings, I am actually quite willing to trade. Yeah, there's the argument of playing the Homicide Investigator. then swinging with this guy. Because now it does not look suspicious. We're just after the clue token. And after this, I can still play a land and torch the witness. I don't need to play escape tunnel. So next turn, we're definitely playing meddling. Unless our opponent plays something that we can makeshift binding and we can crack the clue, we go for that. It can get kind of grindy. So what did they give up? They gave up an exit specialist, so not ideal for us. I'm gonna swing first. There's no. If I don't have a reason to hit with the meddling youths, I'm not gonna hit with meddling youths. Okay, play the escape tunnel. Pass. We'll draw our card later. It will also inform us if we probably don't need the set. No, we only need one swamp and we already have it. So, but it doesn't really inform us much. It's just deck thinning at this point. There is the argument that keeping this, though our deck is not that likely to want it. Yeah, sure. Solve. In fact, our opponent just helped us draw 2 cards, so we're gonna crack this first, thin the deck out a little bit. Then crack 1. And crack another. It'll be annoying if we just keep drawing lands out. Okay, we didn't draw all lands out of that. Now, I do have some regrets. Oh, looks like our opponent might actually be stuck. We'll swing first. Then we'll just play the inside source. Also remember that the mana leak variant, no more lies. We can beat it just by holding up 3 mana. Galvanize. Galvanize is fine, but honestly speaking, it's rarely gonna be a 2 mana deal. Let's see, Courser. Ooh. Yeah, we goofed up. I could have just paid for it. I am gonna play the orangutan though. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we don't have. Oh, the clue land. The clue land artifact land would have been really helpful here. So we basically missed out on 1 damage. Opponent does have to push. Oh, they're just going for all removal, eh? So that's where Aurelia to the rescue. Well, but let's wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not that much. 4 pieces of removal. It wasn't that excessive. In fact, our opponent was not able to play a lot of other creatures because they had to remove ours. So that was the payoff. 4 wins, 1 going pretty well. Let's keep going. Yeah, I am really liking though draft will be the litmus test for this if this is still gonna be interesting. Sealed is always gonna be interesting no matter what. There's always gonna be the need to adjust here and there. So I guess this is fine. We have a scene of the crime and we probably will have creatures to filter that. Yeah, we're definitely keeping the homicide investigator. This ETB's tapped though, so we probably will be playing something else. Yeah, we'll play the Investigator. If our opponent goes to kill it, we get our clue back right away. Which... So I have to be careful. If our opponent leaves up to this mana, I have to be careful. Because some exile will deny it from us. I would love to play this one first, but this is the more mana efficient play. And it might incentivize our opponent to play the removal spell here instead. Now, actually just taking out the removal spell. Especially if it's the 2 mana ward busting spell or sorts. Yeah. Always caution is always worth it. Opponent playing the same colors we are. So let's see. Our opponent has to play something at this point. They're really considering. Yep. And they spent it here instead. Which means we are able to turn this face up for additional damage. And I probably want to play this. I probably don't want to crack the clue quite yet. Yeah, forcing our opponent to use this is a pretty good one for us. Also note this is exile target attacking creature, so I'm starting to suspect that white black, we never got the opportunity to play Greater Orangutan, take away our clue. I am okay trading. Also note that I could always just crack this one. This does gives us Clue of Sorts. I might kind of wait on it though. Makeshift Binding. Won't it also heavy under removal? Am I willing to... I probably will crack this one. Being able to crack it even when it's tapped is another thing. Okay, that's actually good for us. So if our opponent goes removal on this, we can always just dog walk and get 2 puppers out of the equation. Opponent? Okay, 2 pieces of removal, so not that excessive. In fact, we kind of got more benefit out of it than our opponent did. Forge the Witness. We'll let them pay. The bad news is we're letting them get the free clue. But we kind of have to give that part up. If any, that's 5 damage incoming. So... yeah, that's also another note. Removal is quite plentiful here. It actually improves the disguise creature. It improves the disguise creatures in the sense that they need to have the Forge the Witness, more clues. We need to stop flooding on lands at this point. I am willing to... yeah, I'm willing to just drop this as a 5-4, get our... Our opponent will eventually have to start putting a board presence, but yeah, that is a lot of removal on board. Also, a lot of the removal is X-based, so... okay. That one's not quite X-based. I am willing to swing into this, see if our... let's find out what flash creatures are available. it actually means that all these 2/1 creatures are super valuable. Being able to force your opponents to spend multiple cards on what effectively you spent one card on, pretty nutty deal. Yeah, that's okay. They have their own insight source into a Karlov watchdog. Yeah, we have to deny that one because the buff is actually quite solid. I can sack this. This just basically gives it a can't be blocked this turn. Actually, I'm not I want to see how this affects it. Can this not? Can this now be blocked? No, it can't be blocked. Yeah, yeah, that was that's what how I surmised it. Unfortunately, we don't have another escape tunnel. Escape tunnel being a one-shot effect is quite effective here. Sanguine Savior. Ooh, the lifelink is going to be annoying. We definitely want to... Deadly Complication on that creature? Yeah, unfortunately, the Not on My Watch is not going to see much use. Maybe our opponent swings? Ooh, what does this do? Do they really want to do that? They might actually leave this alone. Yeah, that's correct. This is this is more for a very specific format. This is not it. So yeah, we'll show that we're flooding. Now there are discard effects, so I could rue the day that I played that one. But it looks like our opponent might also be stuck as well. And now back in the impasse. Now we also have a reason to hold back on this because we did not hit our... Oh no, that one's an ETB effect. So flipping it up would not do anything. So yeah, we can just flip this up when we need to. It will not do much against this, but one damage is enough. We just it just depends on how our opponent develops their board. Also, the incidental hexproof is really good. Oh, can't be countered, but we can make it into an illegal target. Yeah, counter and illegal target's different. Also, this will not be enough to... We did give them savings on that, but... So our opponent now needs to have even more removal at this point. I think they do. Nope, they're going for it. Yeah, we'll take. They might have an effect that gives lifelink. Okay, they don't. Yeah, we got there. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're grinding this one pretty good. So far, I would say that we're the ones with the annoying rares. Actually, we have not seen one rare yet. I'm gonna double check if we actually put in the, yeah, we haven't seen assemble the players yet, and I'll and a bit of a sanity check, see how many creatures do we have that are power 2 or less. So for this card, every disguise counts here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's a bait normal. This one also. Yeah, suffice to say we have enough cards for assemble the players. We just haven't gotten to actually casting it. But five wins, pretty good so far. Let's see how many more it would take for us to make this work. So for those tuning in, 5 wins, 1 loss. We went mostly red white off the back of Aurelia, and lots and lots of removal. We do have a bit of a black splash. I guess I can dump this now. Yeah, because we're going for the aggro start here. So next turn, if our opponent doesn't have anything significant, we just go Offender at Large. Lightning Helix, not very good on our opponent's war creature, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Ooh, I would love to play Homicide Investigator. I guess what we can do is we can just play this one. Our opponent has to attack this one each turn if able. We can choose to block with Seasoned Combatant, or we can just choose to take. Then, depending what our opponent drops next, we can, if it's like a face down. Ooh, okay. This kind of disincentivizes us from playing Lightning Helix. But I am willing to swing with both anyway. Opponent is willing to take. We can probably take the 4. We'll see what our opponent has as a follow-up. Here. Now this one's slightly awkward that oh, they still have to sacrifice the artifact. Yep, and that's an instant. Yeah, we beat their timing. That was an instant concede. And with that, we're one game away, and any game could be our last from this point on. But that was a pretty good sequence. Is it too early for it to no, I think it depends on what our opponent had in the rest of their hand. But I probably would have conceded there too, to be fair. It is a tiltable moment. Like, you invested quite a lot. I honestly would, it does give us a warning about how we choose modes. You have to remember, a lot of the removal now is super cheap. Finally drew or assembled the players. We probably will crack this for black. I might even play this first. Well, Yeah, I'm gonna play this first because unless it's an exile effect, just removing this one, it's pretty. We kind of get we got consolation prize off it. I do want to swing with it. See if our opponent trades. Opponent's gonna go for the damage plan. So next turn we have the option to person of interest. We can most likely play seasoned consultant and hold up not on my watch, depending what our opponent drops. Ooh, opponent's in green black, magnifying glass. Yeah, assemble the players gives us that option. Grant, basically it will allow us to draw into more cards over time. And this is a card I don't mind throwing under the bus. I probably will play this one next turn if 5 down on crime. Yeah, got our token. I will block this. If our opponent has a pump effect, so be it. There is a decent pump effect here. It's but so I might as well let it happen. Yeah, slice from the shadows. X equals 1. Okay, that's one way to do it. Not the most useful effect, but okay. We will play Seasoned Consultant here because I want to hold up not on my watch. There's also the argument for just drawing the land plate. When it does can do one process. Okay, generates a clue. I'm gonna nuke this first before force them to have an effect. But yeah, I definitely want to play this one next turn. Now, yeah, opponent's probably just gonna draw. So next turn, if they don't have removal for this, I probably just drop. Oh, murder. Okay, fine. So fine, that's fine enough. Yeah, not being able to. Well, we have our own slice from the shadows, so that's some good news there. I could just play this and yeah, we're taking a bit of a beating here. And our opponent did manage to get 2 clues off the evidence examiner, so and we're gonna probably end up giving them a 3rd clue if they. So I probably just take the hit here. There's opponent probably just cracks clues. Cryptic Coat. Ooh, this is nuts. Now I can use it on this instead. Unfortunately, we gave up the artifact. So I kind of want to swing with this one because it's just see if our opponent, no, they're not gonna block it. Yeah, I don't like giving our opponent another clue, but we kind of need to get this off the board. Yeah, I can play this untapped artifact or land. I don't have either, so yeah, we'll have to pass that one. And our opponent is gonna get even yet another clue here, but they are starting to flood now, which is the mini good news. But magnifying glass actually working well for our opponent here. They're going to be able to craft a lot of stuff. Yeah, can't block that. And if it's a big enough creature, that's actually fine. We get to. That's actually fine. We get to nuke this on the cheap. So I'm gonna hold back for now. I definitely want to flip this one face up if I can, so I'm just gonna slam both of these. Opponent does have all the mana in the world to just flip, cast, and we have to do the rigmarole again. Opponent is down to, yeah, they still have quite a lot of cards. No, truth be told, we are probably losing this. Yeah, I guess we can swing with this. Opponent most likely just takes it. They might even block with the Examiner, but that's highly unlikely. Oh, they're actually going to block with the Examiner. I guess that's fine, because they can just spend mana here instead. Yeah, crack the scene of the crime. So we just have to not die to whatever this card is. Also note that Cloak is quite different in that if it's turned face up and it's not a creature, just goes to hand if I'm not mistaken. No, they can't turn it face up if it's not the creature card. That's a different card. There's a different card that. Okay. They could target person. Well, they spend 2. We lose out on the alley assailant, so we lose out on the life gain, but that's fine. Ish. Still kind of in trouble. Aurelia would really help us here. But yeah, our opponent drew so many cards off the Evidence Examiner. This is probably the best. So take, go down to 2. Yeah, this is not gonna do it. We won't get through here. Well, I might be changing my tune about the collect evidence deck. Assemble was fine, though I think it messed up some of our play sequences. Maybe we did not. I guess it was fine for the most part. It was fine, I guess. So we do have early plays if as needed. We'll definitely keep this one. We have a creature. The slice is a bit awkward if we don't hit the black source, but yeah, this is gonna be the best one drop creature there is. So there is an argument for, well, this is a sorcery. We're not gonna be. We could just torch it right away, force them to have a combat trick. Torch being sorcery speed is an issue. Yeah, we'll get out right away. Inside source. So this might be a detective deck. So already you can see me having a bunch of regrets here. Yeah, we'll face downward. When I clear, so this does give us our black mana. I want to see what our opponent might have. Yeah, we're just gonna turn this face up now. Make the 2 tokens. It just gives us a it just maintains a blocker, which is fine. Now, depending what our opponent drops next, we can go for the binding or whatnot. I guess now is a good time to block here. I want to force out combat tricks at this point, so if they have it, so be it. Even if it's trample, but I'd rather they do it early rather than super late. Assemble the players. Probably don't want it this time. So I'm gonna torch this first. See if our opponent has any more of those This is sorcery speed, so yeah, we'll do it now. Yeah, clearing the way kind of helps us here. Well, the good news is we can actually ignore the ward. Yeah, can't be countered. And depending what our opponent drops next, hotshot investigators. That should buy us quite a bit of time. Ooh, they had that one. Okay, I guess we crack the clue first. They get to bounce the dog away. At least they didn't kill the doggo. Untapped artifact or land you control. I guess I'll play this again. Maybe our opponent does have the no more lives here. It counters this. They didn't have repulsive mutation. Yeah, that would do it. Well, that would. Yeah, that would explain the blue splash. Now we have an annoying creature to deal with. So probably I'll probably just play this face down. That should give us a big enough blocker. Though it depends. They might have enough pump effect that it would. Let's see what. Now there is also the window that they could actually take this out. Okay, they don't have the window to take it out. Face down card. So now we're going to see if this wall can keep us alive. Exile another target non-land permanent. If you control it, return the battlefield tap. That's actually fine. Now that will depend. So we have to cast this first. If they have a way to protect it, then I have to block with. Okay, and we block this one. They might. Yeah, just soak it up for now. Ooh, flying. That's gonna be annoying. So I do have to mandatory play this. And I have to play this as well. But yeah, it's kind of over for us here. They just equip this, and we can't get through. We didn't quite make it all the way, but we did get its backward. Yeah, in the end, we needed Aurelia for those last two games. Not on my watch was really annoying for us. We needed that removal to land. I guess we could have been not aggressive with it and just tried to block it out instead. We would have had ways around it. But hey, not bad. We basically played for free, and that's a good haul at that. That's gonna be it for this episode of parity on entry fees and 3 packs. Yeah, that's enough. I'll take it. And let's see what's our well. Wildcard's always good. And Lazav, Wearer of Faces. I guess this is neat enough, though. It's good. It's a bit fiddly, but I guess it's neat enough. Ooh, another mythic. What do we have here? Expedited Inheritance. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, the controller may exile that many cards that may play those cards. Okay, whenever a creature is dealt damage, there's a caveat there. It works both ways. The mythics are starting to feel like duds, but the rares are quite fine. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Thanks to Jericho Lagan for tuning in. Thank you for sticking out with me. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Hope you guys have a great time with the murders of Karlov Manor, one way or another. And have a great week, everyone. Take care.